Hey guys, Zack here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Monsterarts Kong. Now, this version of Kong comes from the 2021 film Godzilla vs. Kong, which I reviewed on this channel, and my thoughts have changed. I'll be honest, I don't really like it as much as I did back then. It's still not a bad movie by any means necessary, but all I'm saying is that I like King of the Monsters a little more. Godzilla vs. Kong, the monster stuff is great, but that's all the movie really has. Like other than that, it's just kind of there. I know people like to complain about King of the Monsters, how like it's like characters were just kind of, they weren't really the best, but like, there were characters I'd get rid of too, but for the most part, I didn't really hate a lot of them. So, yeah, King of the Monsters, in my opinion, is the better movie, but Godzilla vs. Kong, not really a terrible movie either. So, yeah. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's just get right into this. So, before we take a look at Kong himself, we have some accessories to look at. First of all, we have this alternate roaring face, which looks nice. The painting here is very clean, and I like it a lot. The painting is nice, the sculpting is nice, and even the detailing just looks exquisite. And basically, all you gotta do is just pop the normal face off, just pop on the roaring face. I said pop on the, there we go. Pop on the roaring face. And there you go. He is roaring. However, just for the sake of this review, I will keep the regular face on. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for the alternate faces. We have some alternate hands. We have some resting hands, which again, the detailing, painting, and sculpting and everything like that, everything here just looks very nice, very clean. This next pair of hands, these are pretty cool. These are like quadrupedal hands, so that way you can just kind of have him in like a quadrupedal pose, which is like a very like gorilla-like pose, which I think is really cool. And that's another thing I really like about Godzilla vs. Kong. Kong is more like an ape than in Kong Skull Island, because he's actually like, in Godzilla vs. Kong, he's swinging on like buildings and like pipes and whatnot, and he's even like on like all fours at a couple points. So yeah, it's really cool to see Kong act more like a monkey. So yeah, we have a pair of grasping hands, which look good. Again, the painting, the sculpting, detailing, everything like that here looks great. And the reason why he has these hands is because he comes with his axe, which I think looks great. The only thing I would have done differently would be to like do something with the blue here. Maybe just kind of like add a little bit of airbrushing, so like the change from blue to brown isn't so abrupt. So that way, like, it still looks like it's glowing kind of, but like, yeah, I don't know. It could have looked a little nicer, but still, Kong's axe looks very nice as far as like the painting goes. And the sculpting and detailing, again, looks very cool. I like it a lot. And basically, all you gotta do is to just take any hand here. And then this figure is made of more of like a rubbery material. So all you gotta do is just like stress the plastic a little bit. And there you go. Kong is now holding his axe. And all you have to do now, just pop off the hand you want to pop off. Very simple. And just plug it in like so. So, there you go. Now Kong is holding his axe, which looks cool as hell. So, yeah, there we go. Now that the accessories are out of the way, let's take a look at the figure itself. So to start, we will take a look at the painting on this figure, and the painting on this figure is very nice. So let's really quick, I'm just trying to get all these accessories out of the way. Let's really quick take a look at the painting here. So of course, most of the body here is a very dark shade of brown, which looks really nice. There's a lot of like withering and whatnot to make the fur pop, and it just looks great. And we do have some like hints of black like on the chest here and on his face and on his hands and feet, which looks nice too. His scars on his chest are painted. It would have been nice if they popped out a little more. Like, you can see them easier in person, but on camera, I'm looking at it now, it's not the easiest thing to see. You can barely see like two of them, but it would have been nice if they were like popping out more, but that's just me. The painting on the face here looks great. The eyes are painted brown, with black pupils. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the painting here. The painting looks really nice. There's a lot of nice like withering and everything like that, airbrushing, and it just looks great. So the paint is just very neatly applied, and yeah, the painting on this figure is very nice. So the painting definitely gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the articulation, and the articulation on this figure is also pretty cool. The head is on a ball joint, though it's pretty loose. At least on mine, it is, yeah, very, very loose, which is kind of unfortunate, but it's whatever. The base of the neck is on a little bit of a ball joint. And as you can imagine, this figure is mostly ball joints. There's a ball joint in the shoulder joints right here. Ball joints in the elbows there. And as you can see, a ball joint in the wrist there as well. There's a ball joint at the chest here. At the upper abdomen, the lower abdomen. So you can have like an arcing back, like so. The legs are on ball joints, just like with the knees. And there are ankle pivots on this figure, but essentially they just act like, they're just ball joints acting as ankle pivots. So, I don't know why the head is really loose on mine right now. So, yeah. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the articulation on this figure. The articulation on this figure is very nice. I like it a lot. There are some points that are a little loose, like the leg, and the head especially. If you see my unboxing video, you would know that the leg on mine just popped off. So just kind of like be wary of that, but overall, the articulation on this figure is still really nice. So the articulation here, I'd say, gets a pass. So, yeah. Anyway, now we'll take a look at the sculpt. And the sculpting on this figure is pretty much perfect. This is literally one-to-one how he looked in Godzilla vs. Kong. In fact, I actually think they used the actual model from the movie to make this figure, which is just so cool. So, yeah, everything here is just sculpted very nicely. Everything is just very accurate looking. And, yeah, that is, pretty much it as far as the sculpting goes. It looks perfect. It's one-to-one to how he looked in the movie, and, yeah, I don't know what else to say. The sculpting on this figure is really good, so the sculpting definitely gets a pass. Now we'll take a look at the the detailing on this figure, and the detailing on this figure is also really good, so let's take a closer look at that. So going to the head here, all of the detailing is very nice. All of the creases and everything like that, and all of the fur and whatnot is detailed very nicely. You can pinpoint each individual hair, and I think that's great. And you can see more of that throughout, like on the arms here, which are, again, the detailing here is just really good. The detailing on the torso also looks really nice. All of like the musculature, like in the the abs here and the chest, everything is just detailed very nicely. And even in the hands, like there's just a lot of nice detailing there, a lot of like nice creases and everything like that. And again, more just fur on the legs here, which looks great. And the feet themselves also are detailed very nicely. And even on the back of the figure, all the fur, like, look at that. That looks so good. Like, again, like I said, you can pinpoint each individual hair on this figure. And it just looks so good. The detailing is just amazing here. And I love it. So that's pretty much it for the detailing. Yeah, it's pretty much perfect. So the detailing on this figure, I'd say, gets a definite pass. So at the end of the day, should you get this figure? Honestly, I'd say, yeah, this is a very good figure. I absolutely love it. There are some things that I don't like. The loose joints aren't really my cup of tea. But overall, the accessories this figure comes with are really cool. The sculpting, the detailing, this is just a really cool figure. So if you want it, I'd say definitely go for it. The only downside, it's not the cheapest figure in the world. At retail, it's like $68, which is a little pricey. It might be a little cheaper depending on where you buy it, but that's how much I had to pay for mine. Plus, I had to pay for shipping, so in total, it was like $75. So, yeah. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a cheap figure at all to buy, but it's still a very nice figure nonetheless. So, if you have the money, I'd say definitely pick it up. So, yeah. Anyway, now we'll do some size comparisons. Getting this guy to stand sometimes is not the easiest thing in the world. There we go. Here is the Bandai Movie Monster Series Kong. So there you go. Here is the NECA King of the Monsters Rodan. Yes, I still have this figure. 2 years later, and I still have it. And of course, here is the SH Monsterarts Godzilla from Godzilla King of the Monsters. These two scale very nicely together. I think they look really nice as far as like scale goes. It is accurate to the movie, so of course it would make sense. Like I said in my review, I think it would have been a lot cooler if Kong was a lot smaller. Like if he stayed the height he was in Kong Skull Island, I think it would have been cool because you would have had like you would have had like whatchamacallit, like he would have been small, but like Kong would have been like swinging on like buildings and everything like that, just like punching Godzilla, and like Godzilla just like trying to swipe. I don't know if like just like a little, just like let's say Kong was like this big, he'd be like swinging around buildings, like just like throwing little punches at Godzilla, and then Godzilla tries to like swipe with his tail and tries to like smack Kong out of the air, but he can't because Kong is too fast. Like something like that would have been really cool. So yeah. So yeah, other than that though, like as far as like movie scale goes, like what we see in the movie, that still looks very accurate. And they scale pretty much perfectly together, I think. So there's that. And of course, how we usually end these reviews. Here he is next to Dr. Billy Grant. And here he is with some hand sanitizer. Alright, now that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zack out.